Have you heard that once a man, twice a child? Well, I'm convinced it's actually more like once a man, thrice a child. I think it helps explain in part how the hell did I get here? How the hell did I get here? When taking care of my elderly parents, there was always this disparity, especially in terms of respect, right? So my folks always believed that respect was one way, bottom up. I respect them, they don't have to respect me. And they believe, and when I said before that when I've come home, they crossed back into the days of when I was a kid. So for them, my growth stopped at 12 and they treated me that way. And honestly, I feel like I answered that way. So when I was uh, being addressed in a certain way, like my mom had, 5 forms of communication: command, critique, complaint, public humiliation, and silent treatment. When my mom would do a command of me, I would respond as if I was still a kid. I noticed my voice pitch getting higher. I would be very cowering because I was trying to be respectful. And I had a very good friend of mine, tell me, he said, "You got to break out of that. You've got to own your being an adult. There's a time where they're your parents, but you are just as grown as they are, and you have to communicate that." And I think I would try to stand up to them at times, but I would find that, like, especially my mom was really good. I remember it was one day we were in the kitchen and she attacked me over something. And I took that moment to kind of bite back, right? To show that I have some bite in me too. And immediately my dad would have, "That's not the way you speak to your mother. You don't speak to your mother that way." So, and then she could step back and smile and be all smug and like, "Well, you can't do nothing. You can't get to me. You can't do nothing." Because, she had her guard dog right there all of the time. And that was part of what was mind bending. So I felt like with the two of them really treating me again like I'm this like a rebellious teenager again, and I could feel that angst in me, that trying to push out against that, because we're so engineered to revere our parents. You don't talk back, especially in Black folks. You don't talk back to your mama because that can get you mollywopped real quick. And I think I was very much conditioned to that, and stood on that. But and breaking out of that, it was just it was really a heartfelt challenge for me to do so. But I had to get there. And again, I would say it's hard being in someone's home. This way, if you're a caregiver and you don't have to move in with your folks, unless y'all have a really good relationship understanding, I would not recommend it. I really wouldn't. I feel like you just lose too much in that space, and all. I just think it's just a really difficult, challenging thing to do, right? So then there's that. So there was an incident where I began to try to begin to bite back. My my sibling had a little dog, and he wanted me to take care of the dog while he was away. Um, I was not able to do it. The dog was in Kent. I was in Cleveland. But my daughter has a house, and she said she could take care of the dog while they're away. So my mom overheard me on the phone saying, "Okay, that's fine. I hear. I'll pick up the dog, because that's what's going to be my role. I was going to go to Kent, pick up the dog, and take him to Kent." And my mom asked me, "Are you getting a dog?" I said, "Yes, I'm picking up Carl's dog." I didn't complete the sentence of and taking it to Aja's house because she was ear hustling and she was making up whatever she wanted to in her brain at that time. Well, I got the dog, dropped him off at my daughter's house. I'm thinking it's done. Then my dad, I heard a little birdie told me that you were bringing a dog over here, and I don't want no dog over here. Now my mom, again, is a shit starter, so she was stirring the pot up. She won't confront me about it. She get the attack dog, and then also it gives him a chance to be the big man on campus. He can puff up his chest and all this kind of stuff. And my dad was, and he would not say, "Hey, I heard you're supposed to be bringing the dog over. Is that true?" It's none of that. It's always, I'm going to jump right into fight mode. Like, I'm ready to cuss you out. I'm going to stand on my hind legs, and you got to answer me right now, like drill sergeant. I heard there was a dog coming over here, and I don't want no dogs in the house. And I told my dad, I said, "Well, whoever you heard it from," and then my mom will lie, right? I said, "Whoever you heard it from, that's not the truth," and my mom will straight up like, "Well, he didn't hear it from me." There's nobody else that could have told him. Nobody else could have told him this information. Well, I heard there's dogs. That's Pop. There is no dog coming over here. I picked the dog up, and I'm picking the dog up, and it went to my daughter's house, and he went into a full blown. "I'm just telling you now, that's not gonna happen." And I'm sitting there telling him that's not the case. But my dad loved these moments where he could verbally punch me in the face. He lived for these moments. He could assert his authority, his manhood. My dad was misogynist as well. The idea of dominating me. And my dad has never liked the fact that I was a strong voiced woman, female. Now, his wife was one, but he couldn't get her. So he had to get the next one down. And that was me. So that was the case. So with this that we're experiencing, that I'm experiencing now, that he's telling me, yeah, that I can't bring the dog's not coming there. Well, I'm just saying it. And I was so heated and so mad because he was not even going to hear what I was saying. That was it. He was just living for the fight, living in the moment, living for the fight. And when I think about it, it stuck to my craw. And I stormed off. And then I think later that I stopped talking to him because they wanted me to. Then right after that was the other thing. Right after my dad would feel like he's verbally punching me in the face, then he'd tell me to do something. Like, I have total control over you. I have dominance over you. And he here's the grocery list. Go get my groceries. And I left and stormed off. Then came back the next day. I wasn't talking to him. My mom was like, "Your dad wants to speak to you." I came back in the next day, I think, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get an apology or something. "I want you to go get these groceries." And I dutifully went and got it. And I'm storming. I'm raging. I'm having so much anger inside of me. But I did that, and I put up with that, and I put up for too long. And there's still, how the hell did I get here? I participated in some of this too damn much myself. This dog story is not over yet. So it comes to a head. Me and my dad. This is the moment where it has to come to a head with me and my dad. Keep watching this series, How the Hell Did I Get Here? The origin story of how I got into this caregiver position. Join me next time. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 6 p.m. New episodes drop. Don't miss it. And thank you for joining me.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of How the Hell Did I Get Here? Be sure to join me Tuesday for the next episode. Follow me at the Caregiver Collaborative on TikTok, _Caregiver Collaborative on Instagram, and subscribe right here for the next edition.